viewers, welcome to another episode of The Legends. Today we are all the way in Ogatalongai at the home of Reverend Stephen Kariuki, a retired minister of the PCA. So welcome to the program, Reverend Stephen Kariuki. Now, can you take a minute and tell us how you got into the ordained ministry and when?
I was ordained in 1973.
1973. Okay.
And I have been working with the principal of the Theological College.
Yes.
And he taught me a lot. The way I have become a minister, I have observed many important people who came to Kenya from abroad, and through working with them, I learned a lot. I learned a lot through seeing what they have been doing,
Okay.
and through those people of God, they have encouraged me many things, and observe what they are doing. And of course, that time I was a driver of Reverend Welsh,
Okay.
and I was an interpreter translating whatever to those who came to see him.
Yes.
As a principal, and I learned that in the outside the college, I was going with him everywhere.
Okay. So basically you've told us that you received your call when you were a driver of Reverend Welsh and you were interpreting for him. So
Yeah.
Can you remember, after you joined the ordained ministry, can you remember some of the parishes where you served? I know there was a time you were a moderator of the Great Rift Valley Presbytery.
Yeah, I was a moderator of Rift Valley, and I have been a moderator for 6 times.
Okay.
Rift Valley, Kikuyu,
Okay.
and Maasai.
Okay.
During my minister young, I enjoyed being moderator for 60 times
Yes.
in Kenya.
Okay. At what point did you proceed to, is it Scotland for your studies?
1976.
1976.
I went to Scotland,
Okay.
and and the United States, the same time, they extended.
Okay.
They say when you go to Scotland, you can come across America. So I went and visited 16.
Or 16 states in the U.S.
Yes,
Okay.
being a missionary, like a missionary.
So you went to the United States as a missionary
Yes,
after you were done with your studies in Scotland.
yes,
Okay, that is interesting. Huh? You have done missionary work in the U.S.
yes.
I've never heard of any other missionary to the United States.
And I visited 16 states.
Yes.
And so on.
So, during those days and during your time in the ministry, what can you tell us were the biggest challenges in the ministry?
I enjoyed the people of God. meet all my travelings.
Okay.
So I was well taken
Care of.
care of.
Okay. But when you were serving, like now, the great Rift Valley Presbytery, challenges like traveling and communication, moving from one place to the other. How many congregations did you serve in the Rift Valley?
Well, I can't tell. There are many,
Mm.
all except Narok.
Oh, except Narok.
Except Narok.
Yeah.
Narok was
Mm.
served by Presbyterian Church of East Africa. So only Narok, I was not.
Okay.
All other places
Mm.
was under my leadership.
Okay. So from one place to the other in those days, were you traveling by bicycle or by matatu?
No,
You had a car?
although I was given a bicycle
Yes.
in USA,
Yes.
one parish, they
Okay.
bought me a bicycle
Yes.
but I never use it.
Okay.
My first car,
Yes.
I bought from a minister who was given that car. That was a very difficult time.
Mm.
A Volkswagen Violent.
Oh, Volkswagen.
Yes. So sometime I walk,
Mm.
walking.
Okay.
If I went to a certain congregation like Bellevue,
Mm.
Mugonda,
Mm.
settled area, Wazungu are there.
Mm. Mm.
Actually, many people give me a support.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
Even the white who are left farmers,
Mm.
like Major Kanik and so on.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when you talk about Mugonda, you're talking about now Ken West.
Yeah.
Okay. You also served in Ken West.
Yes.
Okay.
I was able to plant 16 congregations within 4 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you're also an author of this book, Abundance of Grace.
Yes.
What prompted you to write this book?
It is something I want to put in a record
Yes.
so that I may not forget.
Mm. So it's a kind of an autobiography
Yes.
in itself. I
of
would
course.
love to go through it and
You take
read your
it.
story.
Yeah, you take it.
Yeah, okay.
And because I don't have
Another copy.
I have only this and another one.
Mm.
So you can get what many things about my parish,
Yes.
where I have been a moderator,
Mm.
and so on.
Okay.
You can get it from this book.
Okay. Thank you so much. Now you are in retirement. When did you retire, by the way? In the year 2002.
That was my, yes,
Okay. And so that's about 21 years ago.
yeah.
How did you prepare yourself for retirement? You knew you were in active ministry. You knew you were going to retire. How did you prepare yourself?
You see, been working with the principal of theological college,
Mm-hmm.
I learned that many ministers does not prepare themselves.
Mm. Mm.
So I made a decision before
Mm.
when I began having experience.
Mm.
Some ministers,
Mm.
when they retire,
Mm.
they go home,
Mm-hmm.
no house.
Mm.
That was something, no house, nothing.
Mm.
So I decided I would not like it to be one of those who retire and know nothing.
Mm.
If possible, if they can begin doing something
Mm-hmm.
by buying a stone, one only, of build something shelter.
Mm. Yes.
One to be able to buy to begin to build a shelter,
Mm.
to buy a shamba,
Mm.
uh, something like that.
Mm.
You have to begin from zero.
Mm.
Don't say buying luxury things.
Mm.
You have no house, you have nothing like that.
Mm.
So that I learned from some ministers
Mm.
who preach well
Mm.
and no shelter
Yeah, sure.
to settle.
So when they retire, they have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm aware the last time we were with you, we sat with you, you told me that you, after retirement, you started the real estate business. Are you still doing that job, selling properties?
Yes, I bought shamba,
Mm.
car.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And you're still doing it even today?
Even today now, many people remember and call me
Yes.
for that.
Okay.
I have one person who invited me.
Mm.
Nilifanyia yeye harusi
Mm-hmm.
that years is in London. And when he want to celebrate and his marriage anniversary and so on,
Mm-hmm.
he called me. And now that is one man I told, now I'm selling shamba.
Mm.
So I'm talking with him
Okay.
even today.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So another one, I told shamba, 1 acre.
Mm.
I went, when I came to USA with a title deed,
Mm.
get this, give me money
Mm.
when you have it.
Mm. So now, when you retired, you went into real estate and you have been selling properties to so many people. So in your active life in retirement, you have been very busy. What would you advise us who are still active in the ministry on how to go about in terms of preparing for retirement?
Just some, I advise especially young people,
Mm.
because in marriage I have children.
Mm.
I have educated them.
Mm.
If they have chosen the way I am going,
Mm.
there is nobody with money, which no big money.
Mm.
First, to be a very good Christian
Mm-hmm.
and decide to walk God's way.
Mm. So viewers, we are talking to Reverend Stephen Kariuki, and Reverend Stephen Kariuki lost his wife in the year 2019, and a year and a half later he remarried. Now, Reverend Stephen Kariuki, you experienced life as a minister after your first wife passed on, but then later on you decided to get married. We still have ministers who have lost their spouses but have decided not to remarry.
I made a decision.
Yes.
And even my children who are big. It's a matter of decision.
Okay. Thank you very much, Reverend Stephen Joroge Kariuki, for sparing time to speak to us and give us words of advice, and especially learning from your experience in ministry and how you prepared for retirement and what you have been doing in retirement. It's a challenge to each one of us so that we can also get ready before we get there. So thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure sitting with you in this beautiful house and listening to you, and even meeting your wife, Aris. May the Lord bless you and be with you and continue to give you grace and strength, even in old age, as you continue to pray for us who are active in ministry. God bless you. Viewers, thank you so much for listening to Reverend Stephen Kariuki. As we come to the close of this episode of The Legends, we also get to learn that Reverend and Mrs. Kariuki run a prayer center right in the neighborhood, Abundance of Grace Prayer Center. And so we welcome Mrs. Kariuki, Mrs. Aris Joroge Kariuki, to come and tell us more about the prayer center so that you can also learn about it. And anytime you want to be in Ongata Rongai for prayers, you're welcome to the Abundance of Grace Prayer Center. Thank you so much.
My name is Alice Wangoi Joroge Kariuki, wife to Reverend Stephen Kariuki. We've been married since 5th December 2020. When I came here, I found that he has a prayer center, which was kind of run down. So we decided to renovate it, and we did so, and we made it better, and we made it more presentable. And then on 26th January this year, the center was rededicated by Reverend Francis Joroge, moderator of former Nairobi East Presbytery. Now we are asking people to come. We have a facility we have prayer booths where someone gets in and pray by themselves. We have halls where people can meet for seminars and trainings. And then we have a ground where people can do retreat, team building, or even wedding reception if need be. So we are inviting you to come and seek God in this place. And we assure you that God is here with us, and we know that when you come, you'll go out of this place with your breakthroughs, and you'll be singing a new song. So welcome to Abundance of Grace Prayer Center at Rimpa, just next to our home. It's just within our compound. And we love you people, and we would want you to come and worship with us. God bless.